Today on the American Truck Podcast, EA turned down Rocket League. A third of Valve's staff is dedicated to virtual reality. Mighty Number 9 was delayed again, and the Steam Summer Sale has already started. Hello and welcome to the American Truck Podcast with Andrew C.
And Jefferson B.
Black Dino Ranger.
And Freelance Gamer.
Oh,
Man, I forgot you were even doing that.
Yep.
A long time ago, that was.
Don't worry, I got
episodes.
more.
Hey, so,
Huh?
what does it feel like to be EA and having known that you turned down Rocket League?
That's a little bit embarrassing there.
It sounds pretty bad.
It sounds like everything else they choose, which is that they make millions of dollars off everything they do, and they don't need Rocket League, and it was a risky investment at the time.
I kind of question, would Rocket
They
League...
take no risk.
Would Rocket League still be the Rocket League we know today if EA took over it?
Absolutely not. They would have tried to make it more of a... they would have tried to make it appeal to a larger audience up front to make more money up front. And therefore we wouldn't have Rocket League now, so they wouldn't have reaped the benefits then or now.
Right.
Honestly, it's a good thing on both sides that they never did it.
It's kind of one of those converging timelines things.
Yeah, like
now that we
Right.
know the future, does it affect the future?
well, yeah, it's like, well, beyond that, like with EA, they don't take a risk ever. None of their games are risky. Not once.
They play it safe. It seems to have
Every
worked.
time. It works financially all the time. They got plenty of people with plenty of jobs. Can't blame them. But at the same time, I could see why they wouldn't pick up Rocket League. And even now, they wouldn't be putting in these kinds of updates for free or keeping up a good community in comparison because we moved on to the next thing.
Right.
So like you wouldn't have the community and the competitive game scene that's come from Rocket League because of how much their developers and community care about it.
I agree. It's one of those things where it's like, too bad, so sad, boo-hoo. Don't worry, EA, you're still gonna, just wipe your tears off with $100 bills, call it a day.
Right. To the
You know?
executive
Right.
VP who was like, yeah, I would have liked to have been the guy who found Rocket League. It's like,
Yeah.
sure
I'm
he
glad that
would've.
Rocket League just found itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
You
it's
need
not.
those
It's not. It's
really
a lot.
active
This
pieces.
is a lot different than like, oh no, I didn't put money into Bitcoin and now it went through the roof. Me putting money in or not would make no difference in it. EA
Right.
acquiring Rocket League would totally have changed how that game came out.
Yep.
This,
Very true.
yep. This I believe is our weekly moment of death to the constabulary. Because we seem to do this every week. We always have some death to the constabulary moment.
Yep. So,
This is it.
Well, I'm stuck.
Leaving you behind.
That's fine. You may leave me behind. I'm sure I'll get back up. It's not impossible.
Yeah, I
It's
still
just-
don't know why it is that you're faster than me in this game. I still have yet to figure it out since I thought we had the same truck.
that's a
Mine may
great
be
question.
kitted
I
out
don't know.
for a lower gear range, so I might have more torque than
so
you.
So close to ground. Ha. Whew, man.
Speaking of people that were so close, do we want to talk about Twitch now finally cracking down on view and follow bots?
Oh yes, yes. They are. Twitch has gone so far as being upset about this that they are actually suing the people who are making those bots.
Wow,
Good.
like pursuing legal action.
Yep.
Oof, that's intense.
Yep. They're like, no, guys, you gotta stop this. This is against our toss.
Oh, it's like black and white against the toss?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well that makes sense.
They also then used it as a chance to be able to, say, hey, fellow Twitch streamers and whatnot, maybe the other way that we solve this problem of view and follow bots is by perhaps not buying the services of the people making these bots, and that might be a solution too.
That is indeed a potential solution to the
So
problem
they,
known as the view and follow bot.
Yep, so they did mention that while they were discussing the fact that they were going to be suing the...
Yeah, I mean that's capitalism, honestly. If you can sway
Yeah.
the market. Oh
yeah,
jeez.
products driven by market. Market wants
Andy,
it.
I am
Someone's
so
gonna make
sorry.
it. But at the same time, it's interesting that they're pursuing legal action with it. I think it's a good choice.
It's
I
not
think
bad.
that'll actually even if they just say, hey, stop.
Right.
They don't need to take any of these really to court. And it'll do a pretty good job. There's still gonna be people doing it, and even then, even if you don't have bots, you're gonna have people who make multiple accounts and go against that, and that's very hard to crack down in comparison.
Right. But it is a step in the right direction, I feel.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
think that's really one of the great things that I have to say about Twitch and other companies like it, where it's kind of finally putting your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
Like even I could draw totally a comparison between this and all of the Overwatch bans that we've been seeing over the past couple of weeks.
Yep.
Like it's finally doing something rather than just saying in your TOS that something is not okay.
Yeah, they're actually going to pursue it, which I think is the correct action. I'm glad it's finally happening in these regards.
Sure.
Hey, so you know how Jeff's like super into VR and whatnot? So
Well,
fun
of course.
fact, a third of Valve's staff is being dedicated to VR now.
Oh wow.
It's like I think it was like 100 or so people. Like it's like a 300-person company, believed to be at least, and they're like, oh yeah, it's like 120 people supposedly.
And what would this be called?
Well, you see, there's multiple platforms out there. You have the Oculus, which is garbage in my opinion, because their company is rude.
Oculus.
And then you have the HTC Vive, which
Wasn't Oculus bought by Facebook?
It was
yes,
bought
it
by
was,
Facebook.
which probably makes sense why it's kind of a jerk.
It's garbage now, right? Okay.
It's gone the way of the Farmville.
And then we
What
have
can
the unbelievable Vive.
We do have
yes.
we do have the VIVE, which comes from Valve. The VIVE from
HTC.
VIVE.
Well, no, that's actually from. It's not from Valve
It's
directly. Is
HTC.
it? It's HTC.
Yeah,
But
It's
a
just
partnership deal.
extremely sponsored because they basically have
It
all their
is
games
the-
ready for it.
is the platform of choice by Valve. Which
It is the one that they have chosen to endorse and that they have
Correct.
devoted several of their engineers to. I was just watching a thing not too long ago about all of the prototyping that went into creating the Vive, and I tell you what, there is a lot of interesting tech that went into those things.
my coworker stumbled across the trailer video, like the launch video for it, because I guess it's starting to do shit, like some kind of shipping is starting to happen with the product. And
Yeah, I thought they were out of pre-order.
he was like so into it. He's like, no, I need a room for this in my house when I move to Florida. Like, this is
Well,
like,
one
we
of the
need to buy this
biggest-
for Christmas.
One of the biggest problems that I've noticed, and I don't know, some people say you get used to it, is the cable. The cable runs along the floor with you. So I've seen actually a couple of videos of people tripping over it. I think
There
what
are-
you could do is set up a pulley system above you.
They
on
do
like
that
a
with
direct line.
professional fencers do this all the time because they're hooked in with a cable.
Yep.
And honestly, what they do is they just put on the slightest bit of tension, so not enough to actually pull, but enough to keep the cable taut.
Right.
So as
and then
you
if
move-
you move towards it, then it
Yeah.
becomes pulled in. Yeah. That's what I would
Precisely.
say you'd have to do. But
And
if
I mean-
you're using in home use, please be careful of tripping hazards, because
Oh, yeah, no,
Not gonna lie, I had
already.
no clue
And-
that it had a cord at all.
Yeah,
Looking
it does.
It's
at
like
the-
it's like an umbilical cord that it attaches you to home base because it's got to get power somehow.
Yeah, it makes sense. I just
Interesting thing, there are certain laptops that are becoming VR ready. So basically, what you do is you stick your laptop in a backpack, and
Watch it
yeah,
over
no,
here.
I kid you not. This is an actual thing, and you do your VR wearing the laptop as a backpack.
Can I make it? Well, so I guess the laptop would work, and you could definitely do it with that. But I wouldn't recommend it just because of like overheating.
yeah,
We'll start with that.
Oh,
one.
there are so many reasons why to not. But I mean,
Okay.
You need a backpack
Yeah.
air conditioner.
yeah. Or you just need a really, I guess, yeah. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just simply saying there are individuals on the internet who are proposing that it's an idea, and it gets rid of the cord
Yeah.
problem.
I recommend doing a pulley system just because it's probably cheaper.
I have a backpack lying around. I don't have a pulley system lying around.
Dude, just go to Lowe's, Home Depot,
And get what?
buy a pulley. A pulley.
You need a spring on the pulley, dude.
Oh my god. Okay, so you get a pulley, and you get like what's those?
All right.
the
I don't think it
automatic
really
fishing-
matters how to build
No,
a
it'll
pulley
work.
system for your VR headset.
for your
If
V.
people want to know, I'm sure there's an instructable on how to make one.
There are like 3.
This
If
is
there
not a
isn't, I
building a
swear to
pulley
God, I'll
system
buy one and
podcast.
make one.
Actually, Kyle, if
No.
you could buy a Vive system, we could
Only
totally
if you say it right.
you could buy a Vive. I don't know. I'm
so,
out of pronunciations.
So hey,
Avive?
people who use two-factor authentication for Battlenet and whatnot, your life just got a little easier. The Authenticator app no longer requires like a 30-digit code to be punched in. You just say, hey, this device is trying to connect, and it'll give you like a 4-digit random code that you compare to your screen, and then you just hit approve. Like, yep, that was me. Or, nope, that wasn't me, and then I don't know what happens after that. I'm sure it asks you to like change your password or something, but
It's actually quite nice, actually.
yeah. So outwent is the difficult process of having a timer watching you while you try to type in. Like I think it was, I'm pretty sure Blizzard's was like 8 digits that you had to type in.
Yikes! That just sounds like too much effort.
Yeah, it wasn't really fun. Hey, so bad news. Mighty Knight
Bad news?
9 was delayed again.
Oh.
That's weird.
Isn't that just
because
kind of
I
the
install
usual
it.
news?
That's weird.
Well, I should say
installed
sort of. It
delayed.
was sort of
Huh.
delayed. So
Sorta
pretty much
delayed.
every platform got a normal release except for Xbox 360 and the Linux and Mac versions. But otherwise, it is available on every other platform. Apparently, the Xbox version for the 360, they real late in the release process, they discovered a pretty bad bug, and so they fixed it and submitted the update. But it's just a matter of Xbox and Microsoft needs to validate it and then push the update to the game. Then it'll release there. So it'll be
Did they just not?
it'll be like a couple days basically.
Did they just not release the Mac and Linux version because they don't have it ready yet? Or
Yeah,
is
they
there a
said
problem?
that they just weren't ready yet. It didn't seem like they were too far out.
They really shouldn't be. Those systems shouldn't be that hard.
So yeah.
Well, Mac and Linux are very similar to one another, but when you compare them to
No, yeah. When you
a
compare them to the other
PC,
systems,
So the nice thing is,
are you right? Yes,
At
but
least for the Xbox 360 version, if you bought that, they are going to be giving them Steam codes. So if they have a PC and want to play on that, they can do that while they wait to get the
that's
console
thoughtful.
game.
Except your save file won't transfer over to the Xbox 360.
I would.
no.
They did not mention that. I'm sure that is true. It does. Your save file probably doesn't transfer.
But you get
You can play the game now and not have to wait. It's a nice gesture. Basically,
it is a very thoughtful gesture.
Or at the very least, get the code and give it to us.
True. I guess you could
Let's
do
see.
that. It has released to somewhat mixed reviews. There's some people who say it's very good, some people who say it's kind of really bad, and you got a lot of people who are just like, yeah, it's. They at least released it.
Yeah.
Some people said it's better than nothing.
I mean, a lot of people are kind of in the boat of the way they did multiple crowdfunding, like multiple crowdfunding sources, made a lot of people very nervous about it, even though they funded it still. And I think that's kind of being like, I don't know. They're basically being shown that, yeah, you were right to be nervous.
Right. And what I saw is a lot of the stretch goals were about bringing it to multiple platforms in the first place. It was supposed to only be a PC title originally.
Yeah.
And it's evident that really screwed them.
Like, they didn't want to do that. I also, like, I mean, I know Volition and Deep Silver, like, they're a good company. They care. They really do. I honestly don't think they're a company out to, screw the gamers. Like, they're not an EA at all in comparison. I don't think they are. But I do think they have a hard time putting out things that meet expectations. Like, Saints Row 4 was an amazing game, but it was a little worse than Saints Row 3. And then they almost immediately made Saints Row Get Out of Hell, which is nowhere near as good as 4. And I feel like they have a hard time, like, meeting the expectations they set for their fans.
Right. And in a title like this, it didn't help that it was delayed 3 times over the course of 18 months.
Yeah.
So you had a butt ton of hype 18 months ago that fizzled out. And, it's going to come out. Then a butt ton of hype followed by a delay. hype, delay, and eventually you just got to be like, I don't really care.
And I'm actually curious how many of those delays were based off of them trying to port it to different devices. So I don't know if it was like, I don't know. I'm curious how much of that was that delay, or how many of it was actually bugs, or how much of it was actually generating the hype train. And I don't mind if you. I mean, nowadays you have to generate a hype train. I get it. Like, your game doesn't have hype, probably not going to sell well, probably not going to have a job.
Right.
Totally understand. But at the same time, at what point are you abusing that? And at what point are you going so far to like make it like, I don't know, you're going too far out of your way to do this.
Right. So the Steam Summer Sale has started. Runs from this past Thursday all the way through July 4th weekend. And you'll be able to pick up all those delicious deals here. Who knows what happened on Thursday, because we're not into the future yet. But it's Tuesday. But yeah, so there's that. Hopefully there will be bountiful deals, and you can lose all of your monies to Lord Gaben himself, and you can pick up some good things. What on earth is that? There's a man made out of traffic cones.
Demon.
Wait, what?
He's got a face and everything.
Where are
Demon.
you?
I don't know. No clue. Buy a giant burger on a stick.
Whenever you see something
Power
like that,
lines.
a wizard done it.
That's pretty accurate logic right there, if
Yeah,
I do say
so,
so myself.
Hey, speaking of sort of VR, it's not really VR, it's more AR. But the Pokemon Go is coming out in July.
Oh, I thought you were talking assault rifles. I was so confused.
Oh no,
Augmented reality.
Yep. So that's coming out sometime in July. That's all they said. And you have the
Well,
option.
okay. I feel like it's necessary to clarify. The Go Plus, which is the physical add-on to the game that you can purchase to play Pokemon Go without being in the app itself, is launching sometime in July, probably mid to late.
Oh yeah.
Therefore, we assume that the game will come early to mid-July.
Well,
Do I still need a phone to play it?
Yes.
Fundamentally, that
Okay.
add-on has absolutely no purpose if you don't have
Fundamentally.
the game. It's literally just a
Oh.
Pokeball wristband that vibrates and has a little button on it.
Yep.
So
And an LED?
it would be kind of functionless if it doesn't have a game to go with it.
Pretty
So
sure
I
it would
think
just
it does
freak
make
out.
pretty well sense that it would be likely that they come out at the same time.
I'm just simply saying that the Plus is an option, but it is indicative because we got it from the man himself, Pokemon Go. It's
Yep.
coming.
So there's that, and then some information about the prices for Fallout 4 DLC if you don't have the season pass. So you have the Contraptions Workshop, which is going to be $5. Vault Tech Workshop, also $5, and then Nuka World is going to be $20. But again, if you have
Now
the
this
season pass,
is non-Steam sale prices, right?
correct.
Okay.
Probably not
'Cause
gonna
I'm
be on
expecting-
sale.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I was muted. I was in the bathroom. Did I just hear $20?
Yes.
Yes.
So, I'm just gonna say this: 15 is a fair price point. That previous expansion, fuck Fallout 4.
You heard it here
The
first.
game that had so much hype has tanked so low because of $5. Who
Well,
knew?
and I mean last
It's
week.
not even $5. It's beyond that. It's the fact that they released 2 actual expansions for a $60 game that I paid $30 for the DLC expansion, which is fine. I technically got equal value. But what bothers me even more is this game was one that they portrayed as the next level of Fallout, and then limited our choices, limited our stories, and made it hard, if not impossible, to replay with the same level of enjoyment as the first time. Fuck that game.
There you go. You heard it here first.
He has dropped the mic, ladies and gentlemen.
And on that bombshell, it is time to end. I hope you enjoy this episode of the American Truck Podcast. Also, I hope you enjoy this nice view of the Grand Canyon here, as I'm sure it is less pixely in real life, but nevertheless. If you like this video, hit the like button down below, and as well as hitting the subscribe button over on the side. Maybe leave a comment down in the box below, and we will see you guys next week.